At 11:59 p.m. on New Year's Eve, while the rest of the world was counting down to a fresh start, the founders of Google were counting down to something else entirely: zeroing out a tax bill.
Here's the setup. California was about to roll out a new billionaire tax law.
If you were a California resident as of January 1st, 2026,
the state could take a one-time 5% cut of your entire net worth, not your income. And where there's a tax like that, you can bet a billionaire is already halfway out the door. For Larry Page and Sergey Brin, 5% wasn't pocket change. Page was staring down a tax bill in the billions. Brin's was $2.65 billion. Combined, the two of them were looking at roughly $25 billion, all because their mailing address happened to say California. So they did what billionaires do. They didn't fight the law, they outran it. In just a few days, Larry Page scooped up 3 properties in Miami worth $18 million, including a $101 million compound in Coconut Grove, allegedly purchased at exactly 11:59 p.m. on December 31st. While the rest of the planet was chanting 10, 9, 8,
Larry Page was chanting his own private countdown: 0, 0 taxes owed. Meanwhile, Sergey Brin picked up a $51 million mansion in Miami
and a $42 million lake house near Lake Tahoe, Nevada. If becoming a billionaire were really as simple as buying a house in a different state,
half the accountants in the world would already be billionaires themselves.
Because the courts don't just look at where your house is. They look at where your companies are registered, where your family office operates from,
where you actually sleep most nights. Basically, where your entire life is really being run from. So these two didn't just move houses. They relocated their entire financial identity.
Larry Page dissolved his California LLC in under 10 days.
Sergey Brin moved even more of his companies. And their joint company, Terex LLC, was shifted to Nevada on Christmas Eve.
House, companies, offices, financial life, all relocated in about 10 days flat.
Just to dodge a $25 billion tax bill. In the process, they picked up roughly $250 million in real estate along the way. Sounds excessive, right? But saving $25 billion this way is like spending $1 on candy to save 100. For every dollar they spent, they saved roughly $69.
And Sergey's final move was the boldest of all.
After leaving California, he allegedly donated $20 million to a group that was paying people $15 each to sign petitions against the very tax he'd just escaped. First, he ran from the fire. Then he burned the bridge behind him so it could never chase him again.
This entire strategy has a name: a domicile shift, where billionaires don't buy houses to live in them.
They buy houses to prove a point that they're smarter than the government that's trying to tax them. And here's the real question. Why do these billionaires love having so many kids? Kids. I'll get into that next time. Follow along, because I'm not giving you surface-level fluff here. I'm digging way deeper than that.